One comment that I hear a lot from clients when we're working on their copy is that they love that the words sound like someone speaking them. They don't sound like a cold robot behind the computer, but they actually sound like a human that is speaking the words. And this is what we mean when we say conversational copy. Just sounds like if you're having a conversation with a girlfriend, just how you would naturally communicate. And it's always awesome to hear that because that's what I strive for when I'm writing copy for my clients. But it's also a little surprising because it truly is not that difficult to write conversational copy. And I'm not being modest, and I'm not just saying that to say, oh, this old thing, anyone can do it. It really is just applying a few tricks and kind of just loosening the rules for yourself. You almost have to unteach yourself how to write because you go against a lot of the rules that we were taught in English class, because conversational copy is very different than the type of copy most of us are used to writing. So today I'm going to share with you one super quick trick that you can do to instantly up your conversational copy appeal. And why this is so important is because people like to buy from people who are similar to them. So when you can communicate that you get someone, that you understand where they're at, and that you in some way are similar, that just speeds up the know, like, trust process. It really focuses on the trust piece, because if you're speaking in a way that just naturally they kind of take in instead of need to think too much about it, you cut straight to the feelings, which is ultimately where people decide to buy. So that's where conversational copy, it's not just a trendy thing. This is not just what's happening right now in online marketing. It's really a great way to just connect with a reader, and that just moves them through the sales cycle that much faster when you can kind of cut through that wall that a lot of times comes up if your copy is really stiff and really formal sounding. If you can sound just like you're a friend, like you're super easy to understand, that just warms people up. I call it warming people up with your words. So we really want that copy to be really warm, really friendly, and just really natural sounding. So I'm actually going to hop behind the screen and read through an example showing you some example copy and then how it sounds when we apply this little trick that we're going to do. Here is a quick tip that will make your writing sound more conversational. It is a simple idea that is tied to how we naturally speak. It does not take a lot of time, and it is not complicated. You are probably wondering why I'm dragging this out. I do not want to frustrate you, but I want to make sure you are picking up what I am putting down. I am using this to make a point that will stick with you. And now here's how it sounds when we apply the trick. Here's a quick tip that'll make your writing sound more conversational. It's a simple idea that's tied to how we naturally speak. It doesn't take a lot of time, and it's not complicated. You're probably wondering why I'm dragging this out. I don't want to frustrate you, but I want to make sure you're picking up what I'm putting down. I'm using this to make a point that'll stick with you. So if you didn't quite catch the difference there, it was that I was using contractions in the second example. So a contraction is kind of that shortened version of two words. So instead of it is, the contraction is isn't. Instead of I am, the contraction is I'm. Instead of you are, the contraction is your. It's obviously very simple, but it's so helpful and makes your writing much more conversational because that's how we naturally speak. It's uncommon that someone would speak like I did in the first example and say a lot of it is, are not, there is. We just tend to shorten it when we're talking to especially a friend, but even if we're at a work conference or speaking with colleagues, we often use contractions. So it's a very quick way to warm up your words, and it's something that I like to do in the editing stages when I am working on copy. So I'm a big fan of creating what I call a garbage first draft, of just not judging the words that come out, setting a timer and just getting your first draft out as quickly as possible, and spending a lot more time in the editing stages. So that's where this tip comes in. I will always go through copy and I will read it through once, and for every time I have an it is, I will replace it with its. Anytime I find a you are, I'll replace it with a your, and so on and so forth. It takes just a couple of minutes. If you have a super quick piece, it could take you 30 seconds, but it's just adding in a layer of conversational tone that makes such a difference. So I would like to challenge you to the next piece of copy that you write. Just take a couple minutes at the very end, go through, add in some contractions, shorten and tighten up your copy a little bit, and you will see what a humongous difference it makes. I know it sounds too simple to be true. I almost didn't make a video on it because I thought this is way too easy. This is like the cheapest trick of them all, but it makes a monster difference. So give it a try on your next piece and let me know how it works for you. I hope you like the tip. I hope you like the video and hope you're having an awesome week. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.